In this exercise, we're going to be taking a closer look at how we can recognize other people through the verbal compliments that we give them. Because sometimes it can be quite hard, it can actually be quite a challenge to really understand what makes a compliment, what makes a true compliment to recognize other people. Sometimes we see certain compliments is just getting tossed away, it's kind of getting ignored, and other things we say is actually been really digested by the people we're talking to. It's actually been taken in a very positive way. But what might work for one person might not work for the other. How do we make the difference? How do we spot what makes the difference between these different compliments here? A really great example, maybe you have noticed before, is when you are being at a bar or at a restaurant, like late night. So imagine you're at a bar, and by the bar you see this very beautiful woman. She's standing there, she's very attractive, and next to her there's a very ambitious man trying to make contact with her. So he takes a look at her and he goes straight up to her and says, "You know what? You look great. How about I buy you a drink?" See, most men already know that this tactic, this way of picking off women might not work as well as you might hope. Even though you're giving a person a compliment, you're actually being very sincere and you're giving a certain compliment, it's usually never taken up in the right way. And how can that be? How can a compliment based on the appearance of somebody seem a little bit superficial? When it comes down to recognition and when it comes down to compliments, we need to focus on what we as human beings can be accounted for and what we can not be accounted for. What compliments is actually working on us? What compliments is based on what we have achieved rather than what we have been given? When we compliment somebody on their appearance, when we compliment somebody on a certain genetic structure, genetic code that they have been given from birth based on how their parents were and whatnot, we're not really giving a compliment to them exactly. We're giving them a compliment that they cannot be accounted for, that they cannot take credit for. So the real challenge, you could say, is to give compliments that is based on something that the person is accountable for, is something that they are credited for. The opposite of just giving a mere compliment at a bar based on the appearance of somebody is to really recognize the process somebody has been going through. Let's say you're at work, you have a co-worker, and they've been working really hard on a project. Maybe the result has not shown yet. Maybe the result even went bad actually. But simply the fact that you tell them, "I'm really impressed with you. You've been working so hard on this project. I've been seeing you every day. You show up early, you go home late, and you've been working so hard on the project. You really put effort into this, and you really put all your energy into it, and I'm impressed with that. I really validate that a lot." See, now you've been giving a compliment, you've been recognizing the effort that they put into it. You've been verbalizing what they have been going through, the action they took themselves to make a difference. And when you do that, it's something that is really picked up by the person that you're talking to. It's something that leaves a really great impression. But notice how giving a compliment of recognition takes a little bit more effort. If you have the lazy compliment over here, you're basically taking a look at a certain person and you're giving a certain compliment. This compliment of recognition takes a little bit more effort because now you have to bring attention to the person you're talking to, not only in the moment, but over a longer period of time. You need to really bring attention to what they've been going through. You really need to bring interest to them. Be interested and become interesting. So the next time that you're talking to a person, next time you're talking to somebody you know and you want to recognize them, see if you can recognize them for what they are accounted for. See if you can find something with them that they can be credited for and bring that to the table. In every single process you do, see if you can recognize people for what they have done. It's going to have an incredible impact, and it's very flattering to find that people have been taking the time, they've been making the effort to put themselves in their shoes and actually see the action and the difference that they made themselves. So have fun with this and maybe make a challenge for yourself to give 3 compliments of recognition from every single day. Find 3 different people and really recognize them for what they have done themselves. Not what they have been given, not what they have not obtained themselves, but what they are truly accounted for. Do that and you will experience really, really impressive results in the way that you're forming relationships with them and the way you're connecting with them. Have fun with this exercise. Best of luck, and may you have the best day as well.